All right, now that we've done some fusions, now let's talk about the McElroy Vault. The Vault is our online storage and analytic tool and platform for all your data with McElroy. And when we jump in, let's get started and talk about once you're able to log in and get your account going. Anything you have from that data logger, you're going to log into the data logger. Of course, it's going to feed up to the Vault. And remember how that data that we said is important, whether, getting the job name right, the operator, and the machines. That's what we see here as well in the Vault. We take that and we pivot on that data, and we're able to view, in this case, most common ways by the job name. So job name is certainly important. And then we group everything by that job according to the job name on a card. And from this card, we sort it by recency. In this top one, 2908 Blake State, you can see there's 117 reports in this particular job. And so everything's grouped by that way, but we can also manipulate and look at that data from the machine perspective, all the joints that a particular machine has made, or also by operator. And then, of course, we can do custom tags, which is really just custom filtering on joint reports for however we need to view that. But let's jump right in and look more at the joint report section. So we're going to look deeper in, and so now we're looking at the job level view. We can see the job name is called Rider 12-inch, and again, this is a real job, real world use of it. And we can see in this case there's 841 reports in this job, 6 machines, 6 different operators, and 16 operating days as well. We can see the first day it came in, and then of course the most recent. What's important here down below, you have a list view, and this is all of the reports themselves, along with some details so that we can do filtering and sorting. And then we have our maps. So we can also see, based on that GPS information, we can see a map view should we need to view it that way. But what was important over time is that if you're that inspector or manager over a job site, if things need to be inspected, consider this particular job where you have 841 reports over 16 days. That's 50 plus joints a day that must be reviewed. And in this very specific case, the inspector was actually required to review these by the next morning 8 a.m. so that they could bury the pipe and move on to the next. Well, if they're working till 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night, by the time he gets a hold of the report, he was having to get up at 4 a.m., review the reports, get everything done, or else he had a crew yelling at him because they're sitting there waiting on him. When we consider that is how could we do this better, and how could we help them more, is how would we want to do it? And of course we would want to look at, show me something from the Fusion standard that is out of standard. Or said differently, let's manage this by exception. And that's where we came up with this joint analysis tool. So we built an algorithm, and we built this algorithm to go in and look at each joint and compare it to key aspects of the Fusion specification. Anything that is potentially out of the Fusion specification, we'll flag for review. If everything is in, based on the algorithm, we'll throw it into an auto accept pile. We will never put it into an auto reject pile. That is always up to the user. And the user can move between any of these statuses as they want. It's really a tool to help you manage those joints.